If you're a designer just like me and you want to speed up your process, then you need a way to go from a Figma design to a website. And one tool that can help you out is called Figpress. So here we have the website for Figpress, and it has a Black Friday deal for now at least, and it promises you to improve your workflow and saves you hours. You can export your Figma design to Gutenberg, Builder, and Elementor, and it's easy as 1, 2, 3. You can prepare your design, copy, and paste it in. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. I've tried it out during live stream, and you can watch video up there, and you will see me struggle for the first like 30 minutes, and you need to understand how you can set it up. So let's open up my favorite tool, Figma. Now, I have used the Reloom design kit to just get around making a prototype, making it easy for myself, and pasted it in. So here we have it. It's the header 1. Let's detach it and then zoom in a little bit, because now we need to add Figpress. And if we search for Figpress, you will find it. And when you press enter, it will open up a nice tiny dialog. Now I've already signed in, and you probably need to do that. So in here, we can see that we can select our page builder to what we would like to export to, and we can set certain settings. For instance, we can set it the width to 100%. We can get the CSS variables as raw and include temporary files. And let's copy straight from Reloom to Builder. So we copy this and we paste it in our Builder. Paste, and there we go. There's our first version. Now, I see that the components are in there, but it doesn't look anything near as similar as what we have in the Figma file. And this has to do, which we found out during the live stream, because of the background, quite possibly. It has a var / and then a star. So this is an issue that you can't really easily copy and paste it in. The fix, however, is very easy. So if we remove this again, go back into our Figma file, and on the right hand side, you see that there's the variable set. What we need to do is go to, instead of libraries, go to our custom, and then we just pick the colors that we use. For instance, the blacks, the whites, and there we go. Now at least our colors are copied in. I see there's a mistake, so let's fix that real quick, because the button text needs to be white, of course. Let's select it again and copy it in. We copy to the clipboard, go in here and paste it. Still something going wrong. Let's try it again. Why? Why is this happening? We have the colors now selected, but the colors are in there, but not shown. We need to save and then refresh. This is really tiring. Right. But at least we know. As you can see, when you're looking at this section, you see that the heading is selected, but we have a span. And instead of a span, we would like to have a H1. So we can change that in the Figma file. We select the element, and in here, we can add a square bracket and an H1. This will make sure that the exporter, the Figpress exporter, identifies it as a H1 element. The same goes for our buttons. So we need to add a button there. So we go to actions, and in button, we need to define that this is a button. And you do this like this, and also for the other one. Then we select our section again, go to Figpress, select it, and copy the header. Move everything that's in our Builder and paste it in. And there we go. There we have our design again. But now, this is an H1 and this is a button. Although Figpress looks very promising, there are some caveats you need to take it into account when you're working with Figpress. And hopefully sometime in future this can be automated or improved at some point, because it helps speed up a little bit. But if you need to take it into account, the auto layout and then also the tagging and also the variables, that will be very difficult to maintain in the end. So that's my point of view of Figpress for now.